sword.
Probably.
And maybe had the money for it. I'm not 100% certain, right? Like, there's no guarantee it's perfect, but
I also feel like BT would have just been much better than the QSS.
And just not even
in the first
QSS.
place, because really, what did the QSS do? He didn't even QSS that quick, so he maybe saved himself like one free Q of damage.
1 Q, yeah.
Because you're not actually getting auto attack during that. There is some value perhaps to the fact that he can't just kind of for free wait for his cooldowns during that or something. The W or E come back up, but like I feel like especially because Mickey didn't have Ignite for the all-in, BT could have been really big. Either way, it is Pabu versus Bwipo.
And this one's going to be hype. This is an aggressive matchup.
Yeah.
Zed on a horse versus Olaf.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, but it's been said. I Googled it. I saw nothing.
Okay. Because when I was on Rick Fox's charity stream and I played some Kled support with him.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in chat were spamming Zed on a horse. And I'd never heard that before. And maybe we're just too much of boomers to be in on the...
I do have the brain... no, the brain of a lizard. I have the body of a boomer. But I'm
it's quite the combo.
I'm usually a bit up to date on meme culture. This one I don't have.
None of the casters do. So
yeah.
I don't know if it was just one guy started it and then it just popped off, or if we're all out of the loop. But anyway, we got Kled versus Olaf here.
I've been informed.
Okay.
By our boomer producer, Arthur, the mayor, that Rick Fox was calling the champion Zed. Just outright, just mispronouncing the name. And they're like, well, it's Zed on a horse then.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, I dig it. Thanks, Rick.
All right. So that is where that started. Makes a lot of sense now. So this one I think is going to be pretty tough for Pabu. I think this is actually a really, really difficult matchup for Kled. We'll see how he can actually play it out. Most Kled matchups depend on, can you actually live long enough to get the remount, right? And Olaf is someone that has a pretty high amount of burst. So if you actually have your Q and E, then there's a good chance that Bwipo can actually burst him down before the remount comes out, and then Kled really just can't win. Yeah. I think also with Flash and Snowball, I can't say I really understand that pick unless it was against a range matchup, because at the end of the day, you're both just going to be meleeing each other here, right?
Yep.
And Olaf has Barrier Ignite, you have Flash and Snowball. I honestly just can't see how Kled wins this.
Yeah, Barrier's really good during the dismount because you have enough, you get like the extra 2 autos, the extra time to get the damage across to come back up.
I mean, maybe you Flash an Axe. That's kind of valuable, right? Like,
yeah,
that's kind of somewhat equivalent, I guess, to a barrier there or whatever. The Snowball is going to help you to kind of like close the gap maybe, but I mean, Olaf wants to be melee range too, so I'm not really seeing the Snowball, unless you can use the Snowball to also dodge an Axe, because there is a timing window where you can reactivate and dodge skill shots. So there's potential for outplay, and that's like always what it is when you have Flash versus Barrier and these types of things, is you have to use it really cleverly, you have to use it really well.
You go forward, when the Axe is like that, he can't put the second Axe down, you put the chain down, you get dismounted, but now the Ignite is on, but there's no Barrier for Pabu, he's running out the remount! In time, no, it's not! First Blood already comes through. That would look different with Barrier. He would probably still die to Bwipo, but
he would have got remounted.
Yeah, would have gotten the remount.
And then Bwipo's out of mana, so there's a potential you win, but at the same time, you remount, your abilities are still likely going to be, like on cooldown there. That gets really tough, right? Because Olaf is really powerful at low HP. Kled does not have Ignite, so you don't have any sort of healing reduction there. And Kled is going to be getting kind of somewhat out-healed by the Conqueror Olaf at low HP. W active, a lot of health will be coming back for Olaf, and that's pretty tough, but we'll see if he can play it out. You did see Pabu play it pretty intelligently, though. He actually was saving his W active. Well, it's not an active, it's passive, but the use of that for when he actually got dismounted to try to get the quickest possible remount, and you have to do that to have any chance of remounting. But really, it's going to be tough. I struggle to see how he'll win if he didn't win the first one. I think Olaf's ultimate is much more useful in the 1v1 than Kled's. I think the combat summoners are so much easier to use.
Yeah.
I feel like Pabu kind of checkmated himself.
Is he gonna fight this?
His summoner choice.
If he lands his Axe, I think he could have chased it down, but not going to land it. Still a level lead for Bwipo. Heal comes through for Pabu, but this is looking pretty grim for our poor boy Skarner.
Yeah, this is looking rough. I'm trying to think, is there some clever way you could win this?
Ult's on. He's not going to get chained backwards. This is going to be the Flash Force. Next Q should land. Not going to chase this one down, though. Doesn't want to go for round 3.
Ult for Flash, though, really good for Bwipo. So, I mean, if you actually fight on your next ultimate cooldown, there's going to be no Flash available, and it's going to be Barrier Ignite versus a Snowball.
Yeah. 68 seconds on the Olaf ult right now. Just over a minute.
Yeah. But maybe I'm overestimating Olaf's damage, and maybe Kled could remount, And if you can get a remount, I think it becomes a much more competitive fight, right? That is where you have a chance to actually take down the Olaf. You do, to be fair, I said he didn't have the healing reduction, but on the second part of your Q, the pull does apply grievous wounds for a small amount of time.
Really heavy one. It's 60% or something.
Yeah, so there is that, and I am discounting that a little bit. So perhaps you can't just kind of like get life drain tanked by this Olaf, but we'll see what Pabu can make happen. Got to get that cannon. Didn't get it.
Oof.
So when you miss the cannon, you're down already 20 plus CS and a kill. You're going to be so far down.
Yeah,
in
that's probably like a
gold.
400 gold cannon. So let's see.
If Bwipo can actually deny this cannon as well, but no, he's just going to reset.
Use most of the wave.
Yeah, but I mean, he's down 1,200 gold.
Womp.
Almost a kill, basically, in value for that cannon. So good thing that Pabu got that one. And he really needs to get that. He can try to push this in and then reset, but Black Cleaver's already done here for Bwipo.
800 gold difference. This wave's going to be worth, about 130. Actually, more like 200, actually, for a basic wave.
So 37 for melees, 25 for range.
Yeah, so 75 and 111, I think is the numbers. So 186 for a non-cannon wave, which is like, that's money you really want to have. And he was down 4 of those.
Yep. Well, at least he got Black Cleaver completed. So he has a full item. That is important. And we know the gold efficiency of the completed items is generally much more than the pieces. So pretty important that he did get that. And now, really, he's just kind of down boots in the cloth armor, which isn't the biggest deal as far as the itemization goes. You're saying like Doran's blade is somewhat equivalent to that kind of ruby crystal plus maybe the boots or whatever.
Well, we'll see. Definitely going to be a small stat difference, which is, I think, heartening for Pabu. A lot of money on the map right now. Sudden death is going to be announced very, very soon. Level 12, likely to happen for the Olaf. I think anytime you don't drop any CS, you tend to get 12. So if Bwipo can greed out most of this wave, I don't know if he needs to recall, but if he's able to sort of push that one in, that's going to feel pretty good. And he is going to go for that final recall. He has enough time for it. Okay. Just kidding.
Okay. He wanted to try to get that cannon, I think, and see if he could get some more money. Perhaps he just needed a little bit more money for a completed item that he wanted.
Probably Tabi.
He is going to pass that cannon. Pabu going back right now. He did get the cannon, and he's trying to get back to base. I think he's going to be fine.
He'll be okay.
And it's Tabby plus Bramble. That is a really strong set of items here for Bwipo.
Okay, he's a Bramble vest and...
Basically a Bramble vest.
Yeah, Bramble vest up because, one Doran's blade is basically Ruby Crystal on the side.
Doran's a little bit better, obviously, than a Ruby Crystal, but the itemization here, much better for Bwipo. He does have the double combat sums. It's got to be some sort of a sick outplay from Pabu. And the other thing with the Kled ultimate is it does way more when you're doing it from further away.
Right,
so
he needs to back up.
Exactly. So if you wait until the ring is closed, you're going to get a lot less value out of that ultimate, which is already going to be
here, you'd run back to the ring, ult forward. Gets a very small shield, misses the Q, ults on, and that's a lot of damage coming across. He dances back and forth. Health bar's getting a little bit low, but now that's ulti down, and a trade of ult for ult. Oh,
that actually went a lot better for Pabu than I thought it was going to, given that he missed the Q, and it was a trade of ults, which I think is positive for him. Bwipo still does have both the combat sums, but
now that's not going to be second half of Q, so the heal's going to be back now for him, dodging back and forth, flashing away. Conqueror's on.
Him down.
Pretty good damage. Now, what about the chain? What about the remount? Is it going to be enough damage? Big damage from Bwipo. A single auto puts him out. Well done. LEC pushed the second player into top 8.
Yeah, Bwipo actually played that really intelligently. So notice how he backed off when Kled was just about to dismount. So I believe he was actually waiting for his spell cooldowns to be up to dismount him with an auto attack and then have the Q and E readily available to kill off Kled to prevent the remount. So that is